Let's talk about addictions. Addictions. An addiction is simply a means by which to solve a legitimate problem, a legitimate need in an illegitimate way. So you have a need for intimacy, a need for completeness, a need for affirmation, a need to feel safe. But you accomplish that need by drugs, alcohol, sex, any number of things, overworking, the need to have people around you at all costs, even if those people aren't really your friends, they really don't have your best interests at heart. And I'm asking this question because if you're addicted, and you are, to something, what is that addiction costing you? And I believe, because here's the thing, usually we attach or attack the addiction, and the person who is addicted simply says, this is my coping mechanism. I drink because I'm hurting. I have sex because I'm hurting. I'm addicted to drugs because I'm hurting, because when I take this drug, when I go on this high, I don't feel the pain anymore. So most times what we're trying to do is we're trying to solve a legitimate problem in an illegitimate way. And then the solution becomes a problem all in and of itself. The solution becomes an issue in and of itself. And I'm challenging you today to ask, what are you addicted to? What are you addicted to as it relates to overspending, overeating, overindulging, and whatever? Because really, addictions like to pick on your consumptions. It likes to pick on the thing that you like to consume. But let me give you another one. Let me give you one that a lot of people don't think about. The addiction to the grind. The addiction to success. This is probably the biggest culprit. Let me explain. This is the addiction that says, if I can just have enough money, if I can just be successful enough, if I can just have enough people to love me and like me publicly, if I can be a big enough icon, then I'll find happiness. And what we find is, because guess what? Unfortunately, people who are successful and popular and who have money, they still end up depressed. They still end up lonely. They still end up divorced. And ultimately, they still are committing suicide. So what's the thing? What's the thing? What's the addiction? What is the thing that they're trying to cover, legitimately cover, the void in their lives that they're trying to use success to cover? Now, I'm guilty of it as well. I've probably shared this with you guys. I'm guilty of trying to use success to cover a void. And I did it for years. But what I'm saying is that once I realized that my addiction was bigger than me, once I realized that the thing that I was utilizing to offset the pain had become a problem unto itself, then I realized I had to take the steps to address the addiction. So my question is this. I like questions. My question is this. What are you addicted to that is stopping you from being the best you? The best version of you. The 45th, in my case, the 45.0 version of me should already be over certain things. Should already have accomplished certain things in my 45 years. Should already know a few things in my 45 years. Why do I allow myself to go back to the pain, the traumas of 10 years old? Why am I reliving the same pain? And I'm using me as an example, but I'm actually talking about you. Why are we allowing things in our past to control our future? I don't know. But I do know this. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. We got to find a way. We got to find a way. You got to believe in you enough. You got to think that you're worthy enough. You got to understand that you deserve to be free. And remember this, freedom is not simply doing what you want to do. Freedom is discipline. Freedom is discipline. Here's the example. If you want financial freedom, it's because you exhibited financial discipline. If you want the freedom of six-pack abs, you have to have the discipline of eating right and working out. If you want the freedom of a vibrant relationship, then you have to have the discipline of not entertaining any other lover. It's really simple. Freedom is connected to discipline. We think that freedom is whatever you want. No. Freedom is not whatever you want. Freedom is about options. Freedom is about choices. So when you are disciplined in one area, it gives you choices, which we call freedom, in another area. How can we get from addiction to freedom? How can we get from this pain of yesterday to the peace of today? How do we offset what we did last year by something we can do today that can last us until tomorrow and into our future? What can we do? What can we do? Who do we need to let go? Who do you need to forgive? And I'm believing that the person you might need to forgive is actually listening to this video. The person you should forgive first is you. When I first forgave myself, and I gave myself the ability to get out of sexual addiction, I gave myself permission. I stopped worrying about what people said. I stopped beating myself up. I stopped being hurt. I stopped being a victim. And when I owned the fact that even though it may not have been my fault, but it was yet my responsibility, this is when the breakthrough for me happened. And I stopped. I forgave myself. And I didn't beat myself up every time I relapsed. And over time, the activities that I knew I wanted to stop, I was able to cease. And for me, it's been 2 years. And what I'm saying to you is that if I can do it, you can do it. But I want you to give yourself permission by forgiving yourself. You dropped the ball. You missed it. What they said about you is true, but it doesn't have to be your perpetual existence. What is said of you today does not have to be your tomorrow, but the change happens now. Sow that seed of a different thought, sow that seed of a change, and allow it to grow. And it's going to manifest in your future as a different person, a totally different being. Can I share with you one of the best things in life for me is when I see someone who I know I was intimate with back in my heyday, and they don't even recognize me. You don't even know who I am because I'm a different person. I'm not even the same person. You can't even see what you used to see because that person, that man, is gone. My name is Brian Keaton. Thank you for listening.